we are harvesting some tomatoes, some Marzano ones. They last longer also. Yeah, harvest it.
Best to keep the stalks on. I should really cut them.
Do you want to cut it with a scissor?
Yeah,
I can bring a scissor.
If you
hold on.
Keep the stalks on.
What you told me?
They stay fresher.
If you keep the stalks
yeah, it's like putting a flower in water.
Oh yeah.
They will take less time to go off. Look at the size of these. Even that one, it's a bit.
Now let us see what we have here. Some more. This is the Giulietta F1.
I love these ones. They're so nice.
You can take the whole bunch of that.
Okay.
And we have a punnet of these some Marzano-like tomatoes. Now we go for the rest of the other potatoes. Okay, now let us harvest some of these Super Sweet 100. They are one of the best, sweetest tomatoes I've ever seen. I think they come easier by hand, these ones.
These ones probably do. See?
Let me try. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, they just break off the stem. Nice.
There is a reason they are called super sweet. And it gives 100, hundreds of. Don't take the very unripe ones, but anyway, that's alright. Okay. Now we have more in that direction. I will come from that side. These are lovely. Let us take the with the vine.
Yeah, with the vine. They're so nice and pretty. I must have got one in it. Oh, God.
One I can help you with the cutting of them. The hand easier. Let me taste one of these. Mmm. Sweet. Your jam. Taste it. Taste one.
Oh.
They're so cool also.
I love that. I'll start the line. This is how tomato should be.
Mmm.
Hunter and gather.
And enjoy it right away.
Yep.
By the farmer.
I wonder how many berries actually got back to the cave in the old days. When people went out foraging for them.
This was introduced by the time of the Renaissance, so cavemen didn't have this kind of delights.
Well, not in England. Must have had them in America where they.
We don't know if they lived in caves.
Well, no, all right then. Tents or mud huts.
They were building pyramids by then.
Oh, okay.
In America.
I'm sure my ancestors were still looking.
Probably we were on the trees.
They probably moved out in the caves in 1963.
When the Mayans were harvesting tomatoes, we were jumping on the trees.
Yeah,
we're trying to go out of Africa.
My ancestors were probably.
Okay, I have now a lot of tomatoes here. I've washed them, cleaned them, take their tails, and now I want to make a tomato sauce. I'll mix the reds and the greens and everything. That doesn't matter. I've chopped one onion from our own allotment, and I'm emptying it here. I will add some basil and some garlic also. Also, just to help this start boiling well, add a glass of water so it will boil without burning. Also, it is some of our own garlic. I'm now chopping them into the tomato sauce. I've now separated several of the garlic cloves. You see they're going green. It's the season, they're ready. They're very valuable. they're very vigorous, they grow even. This is our own. If you get it from the shop, they don't go that easy at this time of the year. Anyway, I'll now chop them and add them to the sauce. Okay, the garlic is now chopped. Garlic really is good for everything, you know. It gives a very good taste to everything. So I'm adding the garlic now. And that's the way it looks now. Now it's the time for the basil to be separated up. Chop the basil leaves. I separate them, cutting the leaves first from the stems. Then wash them, chop them, and then I will add it to the sauce. Okay, now I've separated the stems and the seed heads, a little bit tough and also bitter, from the leaves of the basil. I will wash the basil and chop it. Okay, I have now washed the basil and I will chop them now. Okay, I've chopped it up. You don't need to do it really fine. If you want to do it, you can do it, but that's enough for me. And I'm going now to add them to the sauce. And that is now the way it is. I'm now going to stir it a little bit. And I will add a little bit salt also. And I will add some coarse sea salt. You don't need to make it fine because you get the salt to the sauce. Salt is a kind of preservative also, so it preserves. And I will leave it to simmer and get most of the water to evaporate. Then I will let it cool down. I can liquidize it, and after that I just butter it. Okay, now I have let after 1 hour of boiling, I have now let it to cool, and I will add the sauce to this mixer blender, and we will see what it will happen. Now I have transferred all of the sauce to the mixer, and I put the lid and will start. Okay, I've now put the lid and I will start to blend it. It's a little bit too liquid. Okay, now I've stopped it and let us see how it is. That's the way now it looks, and I can say that is beautiful, smells lovely. And all the skin practically is now chopped and is part of the sauce. There is no need to remove the skin, that's part of the goodness. Now I have done the blending, and this is the Kilner jar that I want to put it. Practically we are just using it quickly, so we are not going to store like what people do in America or Canada. They want to, they feel very insecure, they keep the things for 2-3 years, they're waiting for Armageddon. You live with this word, you die with this word. That's the reason they say. So they're waiting for Armageddon. We don't need to worry about that here. We live day by day. So practically, I just can put it here. We keep it 1, 2, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. That's it. That's the maximum. We will eat it. Okay, now I've separated the blender from the machine, and I put the tomato sauce. These are, by the way, a mixture of the Sungold F1 most beautiful, tasty tomato in the world, probably. And the tomato variety Super Sweet 100. So I'm going to put it now there. Okay, now I've emptied the content of the blender into the Kilner jar. And that's 2/3 of the Kilner jar full. We have more tomato coming. Today is the 20th of the October. And we have yet tomato in the polytunnel. And polytunnel is giving us food. And hopefully it will continue to give us food through the autumn and winter. The tomato are made. I put the tomato Sangold F1 and chopped some onions, some garlic, some basil, all of it from our polytunnel and allotment kitchen garden. I boiled them, I added some salt, of course. The only thing that was not ours was sea salt. Then I let it cool, then I blended it with a blender.
Yeah.
And now I bottled it. We use it quickly, so I suppose that we don't need really to sterilize it for 2-3 years. Just we do it quickly. We use it quickly in our food. Can I ask you that where you learned this method of making this?
Well, I learnt off my old auntie Maggie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was my grandmother's sister.
Mm-hmm.
She was a cook in a big house, a big manor house, when she was a young girl. And when she came to live with my grandparents, she never married. Her fiancé died in the Second World War. She used to show me the cooking skills. Cakes, buns, biscuits, how to mix flavours, textures, and thus make sauces. Batch make. She batch made these things. It's not.
What do you expect to use this sauce in?
Well, for us in contemporary recipes, it would be for things like spaghetti, stuffed marrow, other pasta dishes, and even casseroles. Put it with anything.
That's lovely. Thank you for this. This is a nice recipe. Easy actually to make.